Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, September the 20th, 2023. Wednesday, September the 20th. Well, it starts off. Lily comes over to no, Devon comes over to Lily's new place, which was his old place. Right? It's interesting how that looked, him coming through the front door as a guest. And she tells him she got off the phone with Jill. And Jill said that Victor has sold his large stake in Chancellor Winters. And Devon says, well, why would he do that? And Lily's like, I don't know. He didn't tell Jill. And Devon said, to who? She goes, don't know. He didn't tell Jill. So Devon is thinking, why would he do that? Right? And for one, he should have been thinking, and not tell me. So Lily says, well, I'm going to go to him and talk to him. And I'm thinking, no, this should be Devon. He has a closer relationship to Devon than he does Lily. And let's be real, everybody. Victor talks to men differently to women. He could be a little bit patronizing to a woman. Now, he could be indignant to a man, but he won't be indignant to Devon. He respects Devon. He really does. And he's always had a warm spot in his heart for Devon since Devon was a teenager, right? But not Lily. But guess who goes to see him? Lily. And when she does, she's saying Jill told, her that he sold his stake. And she said, we would just like to know why. Were you not happy with the performance at Chancellor Winters? And why didn't you talk to us? And he says, no, you guys have done a stellar job. He said, it was just a business decision. And she said, yeah, but Victor, I understand you wanting to make a business decision. He says, and when I purchased that large stake, I mainly did it for you and Devon, for my good friend Neil. Liar, liar, pants on fire, Victor. He only did it because he wanted McCall. Period. Hands down, case closed. Devon would have been better buying McCall. He really would have, right? But no, that's the deal Victor made. If I could keep Jill from going public, would you stay and keep, work with your sister at Chancellor Winters? And Devon said, if you can make that happen, yeah. So Victor bought a large stake, made Jill happy. But guess what? How happy did it really make her? Because you pulled the rug right out from under her. Not only somebody else is going to have a huge, huge stake in Chancellor Winters. I don't know how much of a stake with the contract of Victor that Jill forked over. But look, she forked over the portion for the Chancellor part because Devon owns the Winters part. It's just Jill's percentage was higher than his because Chancellor's was larger. So Jill's end might be in the minority. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. So then she goes, and he goes, my goal was to get you and your brother back together again. And I succeeded, didn't I? He goes, and it worked. You guys are back together again. She goes, yes, it did. And we are. So thank you for that. He says, and he says something else. And then she goes, okay. He goes, I had personal business, business reasons. I needed capital. Doing some restructuring. Now, Victor got a huge sum of money when he went out and got all that investor funds, right? He's got a lot of Newman money. Victor bought McCall with his own personal money, not Newman money. And Victor paid Jill out of his own personal money, not Newman Enterprises money. So that didn't fly. And listening to him talk, I'm like, is Victoria right? Is this man losing his scruples? Really? So she goes, okay, I have one more question, Victor. Who is this mystery investor? And he says, well, they prefer to remain private until everything, the ink dries. And then when the time is right, they will reveal themselves to you. And I'm like, what kind of crap is that? You could have made this deal with somebody worse than an Ashland Locke just because you wanted the money, Victor. Only person I could think of is Ashley. But Ashley, well, she had enough money to buy all of McCall's debt. Pretty much owning McCall. She could have had enough money to buy out Victor's shares. Ashley could have. Could be Ashley. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm leaving that up in the air because look, they're just throwing in new stuff just to throw in new stuff, right? Wow. So he didn't tell Lily, and she's just looking and, well, thank you for your time. See, Devon would have gotten a better response out of Victor. Or Devon would have at least told him what he really thinks. You know what? I kind of think you did a bait and switch. I'd hate to think you did that, Victor. See, Devon would have been more, don't, because I think out of courtesy and respect, you should tell us who we're in bed with, Victor. See, but Lily, okay, no, wrong person to go see Victor Newman. So we have Kyle and Summer actually have a very amicable conversation. They're getting along. They're talking about Harrison. The custody hearing is coming up for the part of the divorce settlement, and they're going to both go in with Harrison in mind. And Summer's like, it's good that we could sit down and talk like this. And Kyle said, yeah, Kyle was lightened up, and yeah, it's better than arguing. He goes, I'm moving past that. And so let me get a cough drop here. I've been having some allergy issues and asthma issues and everything else. So anyway, he goes, yes, I'm happy too. And so he says, mention to her, oh, and he and Audra are over, he goes, your grandmother's very pointed, very fierce with protecting her granddaughter. And so Summer's like, well, I'm happy to hear that because you could do better than Audra. You know how I felt about her from the beginning for what she did to my brother. You're better off. And Kyle's just looking at her. And she goes, but that's none of my business. Kyle, you're going to do what you want to do. And so he was saying, well, one thing, Summer, bottom line, we should always be able to get along where Harrison is concerned because you have been an excellent mother to Harrison, excellent. You stepped right in. And I'm thinking, okay, we're alluding to Tara. Tara needs to come back now. And so she goes, I'm going to tell you, the best part of these last few years has been able to be that little boy's mom. That's been the highlight. And she genuinely means it, right? So she says, I'm happy we're going to, go in and have Harrison in mind. So whatever, Summer has to get back to Marquetti, but she's telling him, Kyle, come back home to Jabot. It's your family company. You belong with your family company, right? She didn't say, and I'm going to step down from Marquetti so you can do it. But no, come back to the Jabot end because I got Marquetti. That's really what she does. She's got Marquetti. So he just looks at her like, I don't know. He didn't say, no, that ship has sailed. He's just like, I don't know. So now we have Jack and Billy. Fast forward, Jack and Billy Billy wants to use Devon against Tucker, and Jack is like, you know what? Devon's see, this is why I don't want to do the recap today. I was thinking of postponing it again, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna interrupt my way through it. So forgive me, y'all. Jack is like, Devon is not that kind of person. He won't be swayed or used. And it may backfire. He says, you know what, Billy? Trying to use Devon to go against his father. We need to take a beat, step back. I don't think that's the right move right now. Okay. I really don't. So I'm late for a meeting, but I'm telling you, we're going to table the Devon contact just off the table. We'll think of something else. And he goes, and that's my final word. Because Billy was kind of like, but Jay goes, no, no. And I mean that. That's it, Billy. Leave that alone. So as soon as Jack leaves the room, Billy texts Devon. And Devon was talking to Lily. And he goes, look at here, Billy Abbott wants to see me. And Lily's like, well, what do you think that's all about? Probably Tucker. He probably wants to know what I know about Tucker and Ashley, or he wants to try to, talk against, Tucker to me. So Devon goes, Billy's, thank you for meeting me. I'm sure you're as worried as I am about, the Tucker and Ashley situation. And Devon is like, it's a shame that it's come to an end so soon. He said, but married people fight. Married couples fight a lot. I mean, often. And they make up. He says, I think we need to give it time to let them work it out or not work it out. And so Billy says, well, we talked to Ashley, and he said he got so angry. She's never seen him that scared, verbally abusive, and blah, blah, blah. And Devon looked at Billy and said, well, that's Ashley's version of the story. Okay. Tucker has a different version. And he goes, well, Abby talked to Ashley too. She goes, that's Ashley's version of the story. Tucker has a different version. He says, and I'm not taking sides. He says, so what was your purpose? What's your purpose in meeting with me? What's your outcome? What did you want to happen? And Billy's now kind of looking. Well, I mean, I'm just saying that Tucker needs to be dealt with. And Devon is like, I don't really see that way. Devon is still neutral. I'm just kind of looking at Billy, and it wasn't going well. And Jack and Diane walk into society, and he sees Billy with Devon at the bar, and he backs up. He goes, Billy has gone behind my back again. I specifically told him Devon was off the table. And Diane just looked at, he's like, oh, see, Jack's going to end up firing Billy, which is going to open the door for Kyle to come back. Because last I checked, Billy's co-CEO, and we're talking about making an approach, not inking a deal, making an approach. But look, it's not going Billy's way. But Devon ain't mad at him. Devon is just, he wants to, this is not something he feels they have to just go on the attack for. Let Tucker and Ashley deal with their own marriage, period. Right? So we'll see what Jack does. It's going to be a big blow up. And you see, Jack, you never trusted me. You this, you that, you the other. That's exactly what that's going to happen. But this is Wednesday. I say Jack will fire him by Friday. He will. It's exactly what's going to happen. So then Phyllis talks to Tucker again. And she goes, before I'm on board, I need to know. She goes, I need to have half of the money up front in my account. I'm thinking, good girl, Phyllis, $1 million. Good girl. Because Tucker will back out on you in a heartbeat after he throws you under the bus. And she says, and I need to know who the company is. And he looked at her. He says, well, it's actually not a company. He goes, it's Billy Abbott. She looked at him. She goes, you want me to hack into Billy Abbott's financials? Why? He goes, that's not for you to know. And when he said Billy Abbott, I thought, well, I didn't see that coming. Billy doesn't own a company. Billy has a seat on the board with Jabot. But Billy, for the most part, Billy Abbott does not even own, he has nothing really. Yes, he's an Abbott, and yes, Billy does have some money. But he's not multimillionaire walking around, right? I mean, yes, on paper, in maybe a trust or, but he's not a mogul. Look, they don't even show where Billy's living. Does anybody know where Billy lives? I'm guessing it's the athletic club, but whenever Billy was with Chelsea, they were at Chelsea's little rinky-dink apartment. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it's just Billy? Look, I'd consider hacking into his financials for $2.2 million because the average person won't even know you've been in and out. Now, a company with security features, that's what I'm thinking. Either way, it's illegal, everybody. But Tucker's 100% right. Phyllis could get in and out of there. How did she bust Tara Locke? Her and Kevin. Hack, got in and out. Right? So she goes, what do you have against Billy? And I think she said she was in. Because once she realized, oh shoot, that's just Billy. Okay. Whatever. I want half front. He goes, meet me in my hotel room in an hour. Fine. We sure can. But my thing is, I don't know if you bugging or recording me. He goes, because I'm going to transfer the money to you then. Okay, I'm going to come see it transfer. And then I'm going to say, now let's switch up to my room. Because see, I know my room's not being bugged. Let's switch up there. Right? So anyway, we shall see. We shall see what happens with that situation. Let's go to comment corner. Brooklyn says, hi, Daily Recap lady. Since Aunt Mamie is returning, she's the only one I could think of that Victor wouldn't want Lily to know. We just have to wait and see. Pretty lady, have a blessed day. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. And since when did Aunt Mamie have any money? I don't recall last time Mamie came and said, look, her stock ship cashed in. So I don't know where Mamie would get that kind of money. And Victor wouldn't lend it to her. Mamie didn't work for him. She worked for John Abbott, raising John's kids. I don't know. I think I'd say hard pass on Aunt Mamie. Yolanda says, I hope not Jill. It puts Devon at a disadvantage. Now, Jill could be the one, I don't know, to fork out. I don't know. This whole twist to me was fast writing that they just, I'm not happy with it. Yolanda says, did he sell his shares to Ashley? Could be Ashley. Ashley would have that kind of money. Could be Ashley. Sorry about that. Annette says, well, pretty lady, I say Ashley bought it into Victor's sell-off of the company or by stock or proxy, by stroke or proxy. And then Annette says, Ms. Phyllis is going to get in big trouble with Mr. Tucker. Yes, she is. And she don't care. Phyllis will walk head first into trouble. Right? Annette says, hello, pretty lady with the hat. When is Harrison's real mommy returning? Because Daddy Kyle ain't digging Mrs. Martinez's cookies lately. And Bridget says Michelle Stafford is 58 years old. And when you said this, Bridget, I looked it up. I said, oh my God, that's one good looking grandma. Wow. 58, you could not tell me that. Sharon Case is 52. Yeah, see, that's why she has some more work done. The one that plays Diane, she's 59. Yeah, she looks about it. It still looks good, but she looks about it. And Melanie Thomas, Nikki is 67, looking good for 67. That's why Victor is still walking around. My baby, my baby, my baby. Come here, my baby. Those ladies are aging well. Have to say it. Okay. So anyway, that is all of the comments. Wait, was that all the comments? Did I have one more comment from Comment Corner? Let me see. Yes, I did. Monique said, Billy seems like he wants an excuse to turn against Jack. I'm feeling that too. Billy is like an Adam, giving chance after chance and always finding a way to screw it up. That is so true. That's Billy Abbott 100%. It really, really is. So thank you for the comments, the Comment Corner. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.